Good morning, people. We are just about to embark on another beautiful hike today. This time we are in Great Western. This is one of the most beautiful stations in Sri Lankan railway lines, located off Oya, between Hatton and Oya, close to Talawakele in Nuwara Eliya District. So our target for the day is the lady behind me. I can't show her to the left because the sun is on that side. You can see the beautiful mountain range behind me. She is called Great Western Mountain Range. So my target is to try and climb her. She is the 7th highest mountain in Sri Lanka. So this is the beautiful Great Western Railway Station. One of the most iconic stations, not only in Sri Lanka, but also in the entire world. Goes all the way back to the colonial era. So the Great Western is not a common Sri Lankan name. So this must have been derived from one of those English names. Probably they also have a station or a place called Great Western. That's a beautiful place. And one of the trains is due, but we are not waiting for the train. We're just going to continue our journey towards the Great Western Mountain. She is 2,216 meters in height. Beautiful place. You can see the Great Western Mountain Range extends past the station all the way towards Watagoda. Now we can hear an oncoming train. Beautiful German M6 lady. The station is towards that side. We walked from the station and we are now going to the trailhead. Great Western Mountain, 7,270 feet in height. Let's carry on. We are on our way to the 7th highest mountain in Sri Lanka. Our first part of the trek goes along this upcountry railway line. One of the most beautiful in the entire world. Here I'm trying to show you the Great Western Mountain Range where we have to climb. You can see in the foreground one of the first peaks of the Great Western Mountain Range, but in the background, up into the sky, is where we need to start trekking. You can see those mountain ridge that we need to trek along. That's going to be one heck of a trek, people. The elevation gain is going to be almost 2,500 feet. Alright, let's carry on. Okay, people, we are just about to start our trek. This is the trailhead. This unmistakable signage of a core-wheel. We need to start climbing from here. We are standing at 1,490 to 95 meters in elevation. Our target is at 2,216 meters. Almost 730 meters in elevation gain. Uphill path, but don't expect these steps to last long because they are only leading up to the core-wheel, which is nearby. Okay, here we are near the core-wheel. I'm panting like a dog. But we need to continue our journey behind that core-wheel. Right, you are seeing the core-wheel and our guide Morgan, who is the pioneer in Great Western climbing. And this is my third time. All the times he's been my companion, very trustworthy. Now he's invoking blessings for our journey to be completed successfully. Okay, people, we have been climbing uphill along this treacherous path, which is so steep. We have already climbed close to 100 meters in terms of elevation gain, and it was like all the way uphill, pretty sharp bends and slopes. Finally, we have reached this nice shady area, which I really adore because this is all about trekking. Just being able to blend with the mother nature, enjoy her while being protected from the piercing sun. It's just a fantastic feeling, but up to this point we were being scorched by the sun and there was no shelter whatsoever. However, what you need to remember is that there are plenty of wasps in this mountain now. Therefore, you must come with a guide like Morgan. Otherwise, you would end up being stung by wasp, and already 2 groups within the last week itself have been attacked and hospitalized. So be careful, people. This is the sheer path that we have to trek up. Morgan is up there leading the way, watching out for any wasps. Okay, we are taking our first dedicated break just for a quick snack. Actually, we only had water. We could hear Colombo bound Udratamanike is going downhill from Radalla towards Great Western, but where we are standing right now is, like, as you can see, covered with trees, so there is no viewpoint for us to check that. Behind me is this beautiful shady tree which are very few and far between, so we took a bit of time here, relaxed, gave our legs a bit of free time, and now we are going to start our trek. Up to now, people, we have been trekking for nearly 1 kilometer and elevation gain is exactly 100 meters. So we need to trek another 630 meters uphill. So we have done about 1/7 of the elevation gain, and in terms of distance, I'm not quite sure. So let's carry on. On the way, I intend to tell you about all the high mountains of Sri Lanka as well. Stay tuned for that. You can see the path, which is almost unrecognizable through these plants. They don't offer much shelter, and it's a hassle to walk through that because the path is so tiny, it keeps tangling in your clothes. However, what I wanted to show you was not the path, people. Just look at this majestic lady. She's royal looking against that beautiful bright blue sky. This is the Great Western Mountain Range, 7th highest in Sri Lanka. Oh, I promised to tell you about the higher mountains of Sri Lanka, but I haven't come across any flat terrain for me to do a bit of proper documentary. Let's hope there'll be some flat terrain ahead of us. Alright, people, we have come to this tiny flat area, so I can walk you through and tell you about our trek. The elevation at Great Western Railway Station was 1,464 meters, a shade over 4,800 feet, and our trail head was at 1,490 to 95 meters. I couldn't be 100% sure. So our elevation gain from the station to the trail head was a little over 30 meters, approximately 100 feet. But from there onwards, our hike got steeper. Now, we've been trekking for the last 1.5 hours to 2 hours. We also saw the Badulla bound M6 train. She was looking absolutely beautiful in the morning sunlight. I'm taking a little turn here. About the high mountains of Sri Lanka. The highest is Talawakele. I think you all know about it. And I'm going to take a turn from here and continue my story. Okay, Talawakele is at 2,524 meters. That's the one and only mountain that has crossed 2,500 meter mark in Sri Lanka. So if you were to translate that into feet, that's 8,281 feet. So that's the highest mountain in Sri Lanka. When you compare it against the mountains of India and Nepal, especially the Himalayas, Talawakele is more like a minnow, a dwarf. Right, I think there's a bit of a barrier here. We'll continue our story afterwards. Right, let's continue towards number 2 ranked mountain in Sri Lanka, located in Houghton Plains, that is Kirigalpotta. I call her KGP in short. She is 2,395 meters in height. And in third place, also from Houghton Plains, is the Thottupalakanda. If you remember, I did a very comprehensive journey to Thottupalakanda a while back, but that was done in Sinhala language. So if you are not familiar with Sinhala, I'm sorry about that. So Totupala, she is 2,357 meters. So Kirigalpotta and Totupala both have crossed the 2,300 meter mark. They are both located in Horton Plains. Right now this terrain is by and large is flat, so I can easily do this video and tell you about this. So in fourth place is Agra Bopat. Agra Bopat, just like Totupalakanda, has its roots going all the way back towards King Ravana era. So it's a very mysterious place and you are not allowed to climb it because it's located within Horton Plains but in a very strict area. So you don't get to climb Totupalakanda unless you get a special permission. Sorry, I meant to say Agra Bopat. So Agra Bopat is also over 2,300 meters. She is known as Kudahagala too. Don't confuse with Mahakudagala. Agra Bopat is known as Kudahagala. She is at 2,320 meters. Right, let's continue our journey. Okay, let's trek along this beautiful path bordered by nice trees. I think there is another team coming down. I think we'll have to let them go by. So I'm going to quickly end our journey here. Right, look at this surrounding view. So we are going to introduce you to the fifth peak. The fifth highest mountain in Sri Lanka is the most sacred mountain in the world. That's your clue. Tell me what it is now. Yes, that is Sri Pada, the most loved, worshipped and sacred mountain in the world. Sri Pada in the fifth place at 2,243 meters. And to the sixth place is Kikliyamana. She is located in Nuwara Eliya, close to the Nuwara Eliya town. There are plenty of communication towers on top of Kikliyamana and a police post too. Kikliyamana is also over 2,200 meters, 2,240 meters to be exact. Now it's your duty to convert them to feet. Huh? Right now that's the sixth place. You know what the seventh place is? Tell me you don't know now. We are on our way to the seventh highest mountain in Sri Lanka. That is the Great Western. Elegant lady. She's so huggable and kissable. Now to the eighth place is Haggala Mountain. Very mysterious. Once again full of Ravana legends. It's also believed Ravana's unconscious body is buried somewhere in the Haggala mountain range. Talking about Haggala, she is at 2,170 meters. She is also a strict nature reserve. One of the three SNR sites in Sri Lanka. Haggala is one, the second is Ritigala, third is a place called Nilmal Palace, or Yala Block 4. So those are the three strict nature reserves in Sri Lanka. Now Haggala was at number 8, right? Number 9 is Conical Hill. She is off Abeywickrema, somewhere between Meepilimana and Abeywickrema. Conical Hill is at 2,166 meters. She is at number 9. Number 10 is Mahakudagala. You know of Ragala, close to high forest area. Mahakudagala, now don't confuse with Kudahagala. That is the fourth highest mountain, Agra Bopat. Mahakudagala is at 2,100 meters. Easy to remember, yeah? 2,100 meters. If you were an American. So those are the top 10 mountains of Sri Lanka. And not to let you down, I'm going to tell you what the 11th one is also. 11th is the Single Tree Hill. That is also located close to Nuwara Eliya, facing Gregory Lake and Race Course. Single Tree Mountain is approximately 2,000 89 meters. And she's at number 11. We have been trekking quite a long distance now along this nice, shady, flat footpath. It's been a pleasure, a wonderful experience. So let's stop somewhere here. Okay, there is a bit of an opening area. Yeah, let's stop somewhere here and continue our story then, yeah? Okay, there is another beautiful stretch of this path. I know it resembles more or less the same terrain and geographical characteristics. However, this is the most beautiful and my favorite stretch because it's flat and shady and has all the hallmarks of a beautiful and perfect trek. Sadly, this is only the eye of the storm. So our tough terrain and tough hike is yet to come, because the more we walk on this flat terrain without gaining any altitude, the steep the mountain is going to be, especially in the last couple of kilometers. I think this path is getting so thick, dense with these Nelu trees. Yeah, I think I'm going to stop you guys here. This is a nice beautiful view of where we have to climb. We need to climb up to that mountain ridge to the right, then trek along the ridge line. Very steep, rocky path, no shade whatsoever it seems. For those who are climbing Great Western, this is the one and only water stream that you come across. This is there after about 2.5 kilometers. So from here onwards, there's nothing. So ensure you fill your water bottles from here if you are climbing. Right, this is the Great Western mountain range. So we need to get up to one of these ridges, then continue our journey. You can see there are some beautiful leaves to the left. Let me zoom in and show you. You can see the leaves either side of this giant twin trees. They look so pretty and beautiful. There are some more on the other side. There are some more leaves here. These young reddish leaves add more color to the upcountry mountain forests. This is another beautiful resting place where you can come and take a break. It looks so nice and shady. However, we need to be careful of the wasps, because one of the groups had been attacked in this area. We can also see signs of somebody has lit a fire. So these are the things you need to avoid when you are doing trekking in the mountains. You can see the path going uphill now. Just like Panoramic going uphill, we need to start trekking uphill and tackle all these obstacles. Finally, we have arrived in this vantage point where we get this panoramic view towards Kotagala, Bogavantalawa, Diagama, Horton Plains. When I come to this side, that will be towards Hatton, Dikkoya, and all those areas. If I were to turn you around all the way, I can also see Sri Pada in the distance to the right, just over this montane forest patch. That's just unbelievably beautiful. Right, I have something else to show you now. Right, you can see the steepness of the path, and it's very dusty and crumbly. This is my colleague Hasi climbing uphill with a difficulty. Right, we can hear Colombo bound Panoramic somewhere down, but we are not at a vantage point for us to picture her or video her. But this one is very important, what I am showing you. That's our target. This is not the proper summit point, this is the mountain range. So we need to trek along that to reach the 2216 meter summit point. This is the reason why there are so many wasps around. So this is the blooming season. So there are plenty of wasps in and around Great Western Mountain Range. You can probably hear the bird is chirping, disturbed by our presence. In the distance you can see beautiful tea estates of Radella and the Radella greenhouse. There you see. Now you are seeing towards Udaradella area. At the base of Udaradella mountain is the Radella substation between Great Western and Nanuwaya. From here we can observe 4 of the top 10 mountains in Sri Lanka. To the left is Haggala, and then in the foreground in the middle is Conical Hill. Another elusive mountain, not easy to climb. The railway line between Nanuwaya, Abeywickrema through Palakumpura goes to the right. And then in the distance in Horton Plains we can see 3 other mountains. So actually it's 5 top 10 mountains. Totupalakanda, Agrabopat or Kudahagala, and then Kirigalpotha to the right. This is another vantage point, sort of like a window. By now we have trekked close to 2.5 kilometers from the trailhead, not from the railway line, people. Yeah, and then our elevation gain. Now we are at close to 2000 meter mark. So we have reached, in terms of elevation, little over 500 meters. So we need to trek another 200 meters plus upwards. We are looking at Hatton Nuwara Eliya Road via Talawakele, Lindula and Nanuwaya. Right people, we have some very good news. We have reached 2000 meter mark, which is also the first peak of Great Western Mountain Range. You can see the path is now flat, very shady, and there is also nice breeze. So all this time we were trekking uphill along a dusty and crumbly footpath which was so slippy, but right now we can take a breath and relax because this bit of the trail is so nice and shady and cool. Right, we have reached the summit point 1. Now I remember Saptakanya, but I know Great Western is not like unforgiving like Saptakanya. You are looking towards Single Tree hillside, then Udaradella. Okay, let me come down a slide. Then we are at Haggala mountain range in the far distance. To the right is Conical Hill. The road below is Hatton Nuwara Eliya Road. We can see the towns of Lindula, Somerset, Talawakele and many other mini towns and tea estates between Talawakele and Nanuwaya. Below that we can see the strawberry farm, also a greenhouse, and Radella Stadium, one of the world famous stadiums which had not been used to its full potential by the careless authorities of the Sri Lanka cricket. And then we come towards Horton Plains. You can see the top mountains and all the way here. We are at 2000 meters. We have another 200 plus meters to gain to reach the summit point. You are looking at one of these upcountry typical forests where some guava like fruits are there. Another typical upcountry forest, and also this plant in front is the rhododendron. I saw this plenty of times in Nepal while I was doing Everest Base Camp trek, and in Sri Lanka, especially in the upcountry, Knuckles, Horton Plains and the mountain forests like this are quite frequent with this rhododendron. In Sinhala we call it Maharatmal or Ashoka. This is the extension of Great Western Mountain Range. Beyond this is the Pundalu Oya area. That's where you find the Pundalu Oya waterfall. You also may be known as Dansinan waterfall. And moving to the right, we come towards Nuwara Eliya, Ramboda and Gampola Kandy Road. In the distance you can see those mountain ranges That is the extension of Talawakele Forest Reserve. I'm going to zoom in and show you. You may be able to see those tea estates. That's where the beautiful and mysterious chariot path is somewhere there. Beyond that chariot path is Lul Kandura, Hewa Hatta, and all those areas. Remember the Rookwood Estate and Mooloy and Hope Estates? Those are on that side. I'm going to show you the highest mountain of Sri Lanka in a jiffy. You can see the highest mountain in the center of the frame, that is Talawakele. Quite unmistakable with those towers. Not the one in the foreground, the one in the background. I wonder if it's in focus. Yes, I guess it is. Talawakele towers up close. This is our target. We are now standing slightly over 2000 meter mark. So we still have more than 200 meters to climb uphill. You can see the beautiful, majestic, grand lady up there. That is Great Western Mountain, the highest, 7th highest mountain in Sri Lanka. And the Great Western Station, one of the most beautiful in the country, lies at the base of this mountain. You are seeing the Ella-bound luxury train going past Great Western towards Radella. Fully air-conditioned train. There she goes, Chinese S12 lady. Okay, I'm going to give you a panoramic view from here, about 120-degree view. We just saw the Ella-bound S12 luxury train going uphill towards Radella. She is operating only on weekends, if I'm not mistaken, traveling from Kandy to Ella. Really aimed at tourists like you. Now we are looking at the mountains towards Kotagala, Dayagama, Bopattalawa, Horton Plains, and all those areas. Agarapatana, Ravanagoda, and down below in the valley is the Hatton Nuwara Eliya Road. It's just a phenomenal view. And right down at the bottom is the typical upcountry montane forest. This is so precious. We need to do everything to safeguard it. You also saw Talawakele and the mountain towards Ramboda and Chariot Path, the extension of Talawakele Forest Reserve. This is the Great Western Mountain Range extending towards Pundalu Oya. We are trekking from the point number 2, summit number 2, which was over 2000 meters, towards summit number 3. You can see the path is somewhere over there. I wonder if you can see Hussey climbing uphill through those bushes, faintly visible. Further up is our guide, very trustworthy Morgan. Actually, you can't go wrong with Morgan. He's very trustworthy, reliable, and he's as much as a guide can be. And this is the summit number 3. Let me show you that. Okay, I need to watch my step because I'm quite not so balanced right now. There you go. Summit number 1 was slightly below 2000 meters, 1980 if I'm not mistaken. Summit number 2 at slightly over 2000 meters, maybe 2001 or 2 meters. Let's go and see what's the height of summit number 3. Want to make you jealous, because grand views like these are only for the mountain crazy people like me. Okay people, here we are seeing all the communication towers and the mountain peaks of Nuwara Eliya. And you can see Talawakele in the far distance, then Kikliyamana in the near vicinity, close by. There are two summit points. One is Radalla and the other is Uda Radalla, if I'm not mistaken. Further to the right is Single Tree Hill. And if I were to turn you around some more, you can probably make out Haggala Mountain. And also to the right, slightly more, Conical Hill. I think you can see it now. Here is the view just before the third summit point. You can see it looks so deep because now we are close to 2050 meters, and the elevation difference between us and the railway line is almost 550 meters. That translates into close to 1700 to 800 feet. And the far distance is towns of Talawakele and Pundalu areas. Now we are at summit number 3 at 2050 meters. So summit number 1 was 1980, 2000 for the second summit, 2050 for the third summit. And this offers a grandeur view close to 270 degrees. All the mountains I've been telling you are clearly visible. However, there's a bit of haze going on which blocks our way. This is the panoramic view. I'm coming towards our target in a jiffy. If I can stay balanced, yes I can. Coming further to the right. Now the edge of the Great Western Mountain Range is in the frame. You can see 4th and 5th summit are on that side. This is a better view of where we have to go. 4th and 5th summits. The top of Great Western Mountain Range is awaiting our arrival very patiently. She looked so beautiful and elegant when we looked at her from the ground level at railway station and close to the railway bridge which I walked you. And this is the rocky surface which has been weather beaten over and over again over the last many thousand years. You are seeing the summit point of third peak, which offers better view than anything else, I think. This is a clearer view of Talawakele mountain range stretching all the way towards Ramboda and Chariot Path. Then beyond that is Rookwood Estate, Kondagala and Lulkandura, the first tea estates of Sri Lanka. Deltota, Hewahata, Galaha roads towards Kandy and Rikillagaskada and many other areas. You can also make out Talawakele mountain summit point, Kikliyamana, Uda Radalla, and also moving slightly to the right so that you can make out Radalla, and in the far distance is to the extreme right is Single Tree Hill. You can hear my friends taking photographs one after the other. This is the path towards summit number 4. It's relatively shady and somewhat flat at places, but there are so many obstacles, especially these branches trying to prick you, entangle you, block you, and so many things. Right, I'll get through this window and see you on the other side. You can see the railway motor trolley going uphill. Very rare sighting. It's going its own power. Just absolutely breathtaking. another summit point. This is not the fourth peak, but this is located between third and fourth at an elevation of 2080 meters. So we need to climb uphill another 140 odd meters to reach the summit point. Fourth peak is, I'm guessing, around 2120 to 40 meters. This is the fourth peak and the thick forest covering that. Let's go. This is the path towards peak number 4. You can see there's like a window or even an arch that we need to go uphill. You can probably make out some of the clearings, but we need to stick to the left ridge and climb parallel to that. This is a very significant point. This is where the third and fourth summits merge together. Very narrow ledge. You need to trek very carefully. We are now at the fourth peak, 2100 meters in elevation. You can see our path along the Great Western Mountain Range. You can see in the foreground, zooming in, third peak, in the middle second peak, in the far corner is the first peak. That's one grand journey. So Great Western too has numerous peaks, up to now 4 summit points. I don't think she can beat Saptakanya or the 7 Virgins or Udalakshapana, which has 7 summit points. Now this is the mountain view. I'm not going to tell you about their names because I've been telling you all of them for a long time. We actually saw a railway motor trolley going uphill towards Radel. That was the first time ever. You can also see the Radel ground clearly now and the strawberry farm towns below us. And extreme right bottom corner is the Great Western Station and the nearby tea estates and line houses. The station we can't see from here, but the station is somewhere close by. Let's continue to the 5th peak. Alright people, here we are at the summit point at last. This is the Great Western summit point. In fact, this is not the topmost point, but this is the point where people come in to enjoy the views of surrounding areas, notably the Great Western Station and the railway line below. So here it is not 2216 meters. I'm going to show you the summit point in a little while, but look at this place. There were so many trees when I came in the previous 2 times, but right now most of them have been cut down and used as firewood for these extensive camping trips. As you can see, there are so many fires. I'm sure they would have needed plenty of firewood. So all the trees around this summit point have paid with their lives, which is so sad and pathetic. You can also see they have even built a sort of a temporary shelter, and there are more campfires here. So sad to witness this, because when I first came here it was nice and shady, full of trees, full of green, but right now it's nothing but a dusty bare ground. Oh my goodness, the destruction which has caused by this manic frenzy of traveling, especially those irresponsible and careless travelers. My heart is bleeding and weeping to witness this, because Great Western is so close to my heart, and to see her like this, simply unbearable. You are going to see in the summit point of Great Western in the far distance through these trees. That's where it's 2216 meters. Where we are standing is close to 2150 meters, if I'm not mistaken. Right, let's talk about the elevation gain and the distance we covered in a little while. This is the path towards the rocky ledge where you can look down towards the Great Western Station and the surrounding areas. There are a couple of butterflies also flying around, but I'm going to continue my journey towards the rocky ledge. You can also see Lion's flag because the 72nd Independence Day of Sri Lanka was celebrated a couple of days ago. I think about 4 years ago we were here camping on top of Great Western on one of the independent days. I think it was 2015 or 16 if I'm not mistaken. Right, you can see now the world is opening up. There is a window through these trees. You can probably make out the path too. I think this is a good place to stop you. I'll go around and do the videos from there. Okay, I'm close to the ledge where we can see down below, approximately 700 meters below, that is close to 2400 foot in terms of elevation gain. The difference between us and the railway line below. You can see the Great Western Mountain Range extending towards Watagoda, and to the right is Pundalu Oya. Actually, we are awaiting the arrival of one of the trains. I think it's the Badulla bound Podimanike Chinese S12. We also want to capture the newly introduced Nuwara Eliya. I'm going to now show you the rocky ledge where our trustworthy guide Morgan and my trekking partner for the day, Hasi, are enjoying this unprecedented crystal clear view of the Great Western areas, upcountry railway line and all the tea estates, looking absolutely breathtaking and so gorgeous. Alright, that's a signal. I think I can see the Chinese lady coming uphill towards Watagoda, so we'll await her and record her journey. This is a quick video before the Chinese lady arrives to show you the summit point of Great Western. That's where it's 2216 meters. I'll tell you about our elevation gain and the distance travel back at the camping site, because right now we are so busy photographing the station and the railway line below. There's also a nice beautiful Chinese lady coming our way. I hope she hasn't got coronavirus. Right, this is the view down below. More than 2000 feet down below, we can see people smaller than ants. You can see the Great Western Station towards the middle of the frame. On either side, to the left and right, are the Great Western line houses and tea estates. We started our journey to the top right hand corner, line houses. That's where our guide Morgan lives. Then we trekked along the railway line before entering the Great Western Mountain Range. I'm going to zoom in and show you. You can probably hear a bit of music coming from one of the covils in the Great Western Estate. And you can see the Great Western Station down below. I'm going to zoom in. In fact, the Chinese lady coming is not the S12 Blue Dragon. It's the newly introduced red and blue Nuwara Eliya. I hope she hasn't got coronavirus. Now you are looking at the Great Western Station. Look at that beautiful patch of tea just beyond the station. Looking so pretty. Let's close in. There you go, the station. I'll give you another close-up view. Look at the station and some of the railway structures on either side. Looking so beautiful and absolutely breathtaking. Okay, the music is so great now, I wonder whether we'll be able to hear the train. Another zoomed in view of station. So beautiful. Further zoomed in. Okay, we are witnessing Badulla bound Nuwara Eliya. This is another view of Great Western Station seen from the top of Great Western Mountain. Well over 2,100 meters. The station is at 1,463 meters. So the elevation difference is close to 700 meters. Well over 2,400 feet. We saw Badulla bound the Nuwara going. It seems we are going to be very lucky. We should be able to see Badulla bound Podimanike and Colombo bound Podimanike. Both Podimanikes together at Great Western Station. Very soon, if we are lucky enough, we are going to wait. This is the zoomed in view of Great Western Station. While we are waiting for the two Podimanikes, two Chinese ladies carrying coronaviruses. So that's why we are so far away. We don't want to be close to them. We actually didn't mind being with German lady M6. She has no problem. She's been here for the last close to 50 years from the 70s. I'm just showing you the surrounding areas. Extension of the Great Western Mountain, the 7th highest in Sri Lanka. Moving towards Hatton, and beyond that you can actually see the mysterious and beautiful, extremely difficult Saptakanya in the distance. Unfortunately, I'm not going to zoom in because the footage will be so messed up because of the haze. We can then see the most sacred peak in the world, Sripada, right in the middle. If you are lucky enough, you can spot it. Moving further to the left, high mountain ranges towards Horton Plains coming into view now. You can see the extension of Sripada mountain range towards Gawaravila and all the areas. We were at Gawaravila day before yesterday, remember? And these are the mountain ranges coming into view. Let's look down and see what we can spot. Right, this is the view looking down towards Great Western Tea Estates from Radalla, Lindula, Talawakele areas. Looking so beautiful. The sun is directly overhead us, so the lighting is all right in this angle, but when we try to go further towards the infinity, it's gonna get so messed up because of the haze. We can hear two manikes on either side, one coming from Nanuwe, the other is from Talawakele. Okay, these are the surrounding views seen from the top of Great Western Mountain. In fact, I shouldn't say the top of Great Western Mountain. From this Great Western summit point, close to 2,100 plus meters. This is the view right below where we are standing. You can see the rocky ledge where we are standing, and then some of these beautiful plants. Next to that is the Great Western Station. We can see people standing on the platform. I will zoom in a little while. We are standing at 2,110 meters. Great Western Station is at 1,463 meters. The elevation difference is, if my math is correct, 647 meters. Translates into close to 2,200 feet. 2,200 feet. You can now see the edge of the Great Western viewpoint and the Great Western Station. Let's look closer. Right, going to zoom in towards Great Western Station. There you go. Can you make out the people? What about now? Still can't. Let's move to the right slightly. Okay, let's go and zoom in now. Can you make them out now? You should be able to now. Let's go closer. There you go. You can see them clearly now. I think you can see them better now. Beautiful flowers near the summit point of Great Western. Beautiful leaves seen from the Great Western viewpoint. Okay people, so we are going to end our journey from this beautiful viewpoint from Great Western Mountain, well over 2100 meters. The beautiful Great Western Station is down below. You must have seen all the footage of Chinese dragons moving up and down in the upcountry railway lines. We first saw the Nuwara Eliya, then two Panoramic trains, both at the same time in the station. That was one grand view. I don't know, I have no words to express that. So we are going to end our journey from this point and let's go up to the campsite. It was so sad to see what they have done to this campsite at the summit point. We'll go there and end our journey from that point. Stay tuned for that. We are walking back to the campsite to end our journey to this mighty Great Western Mountain. This is the campsite that I've been telling you about. You can see the tree cover that provides much needed cover from the winds, mist and rain. But sadly, if I were to compare my previous visit, the very last one about 4 years ago, there were so many more trees. Sadly, they have been cut down to make campfires, which is so sad and pathetic. Anyway, that's the surrounding view. I can see my two partners, our guide Morgan and Hasi, taking a break. So we are going to end our journey very soon, have a bit of water and continue our journey downtown. These are one of the footpaths and they have cleared on the summit point. From here you can see the true summit point of Great Western through these trees and branches. It seems there has been a lot of clearing on this point, which has led to a lot of destruction of this montane forest. Okay, I'm showing you around this campsite or this summit point. While I'm showing you this, all I have to ask you to do is please don't light campfires. Just be prepared for the cold weather. Bring enough blankets, jackets, tents, and if you need to cook something, bring a portable lamp, portable hearth. Just don't use the firewood from these trees because you are going to destroy the entire summit point in no time. Very soon it will be without any trees and this place will look like a desert. So if you don't have any intention of making Great Western another mini desert, please stop lighting campfires. I know it's harsh, but we need to take some strict measures in order to protect this summit point. I think the tree line, the tree cover, which I saw about 4 years ago, has been reduced well over 50%. That is so sad. Okay, I'll end our journey from here with a vlog. Okay, my friends, then this is Sri signing off from the Great Western Mountain with my two partners, Hasi and Morgan, our trusted guide. So if you have any plans of coming to Great Western again, if you want to climb Great Western and experience the same beauty and the views we saw today, you can contact Morgan. I'll leave his contact number in the description or in the comment section so that you can get in touch with Morgan, and also his Facebook ID, so that it will be easier for you to get in touch with one of the most trustworthy guides in and around Great Western. He can also provide you with some meals. So with the golden rule, we are going to end our video series to the Great Western Mountain. Please don't litter, don't leave garbage. We saw plenty of polythene bags and bottles had been left along the trail. That was so sad to see, and there had been so much campfire going on here. So you need to reduce that. You need to stop doing this to harm our mother nature. With that thought, I'm going to sign off from Great Western Mountain. My lips are so parched and looks dry, so a long and wet kiss should be in order for me to regain some of the sanity. Now the Valentine is around the corner. Maybe I'll be lucky. See you in the next journey, people. This is the Great Western Summit Point where we were a couple hours ago. We also saw Colombo bound German lady going. Going to zoom in and show you. You can probably make out the lion's flag. There you go. That's the Great Western viewpoint where we were. This is to end our Great Western mountain hike. Finally, you can see the sheer height of this mountain, 2,216 meters. We are standing at 1,450 meters. Absolutely fantastic view. So this is Sri and Hasi signing off from Great Western. Kissing goodbye to this elegant lady. Happy Valentine's, lady.